Hello, this is Marshally and welcome to my garden diary. Today we're looking at this plant here, which is called Alcea rosea, or it's commonly known as hollyhock. So I've had plants like this or in my garden for the past 4 years. So I think about 4 years ago I planted some of these from seeds. And last year I didn't have any in the garden because I just thought that they had died or they just didn't plant themselves back out. But this year, two came back. I guess the seeds were just lying dormant and then they just decided to grow this year. So these are not plants that I actively planted this year or last year because I would have had to plant them last year. These are biannual, so you plant them in spring, no, not spring, in autumn, and then they come the next year in summer. So this plant, I really like the flowers that they have, and there are different types of flowers, and I really like this particular type of flowers because of how full the bloom looks, and I think this is quite attractive. There are some other types that the blooms look more like hibiscus blooms, that they're not so full like this one. So I quite like the flower on this plant. However, for me, I do not find this plant easy to take care of, and I do not like how the foliage look. The foliage always looks like that. There's something that's always eating it, or it looks like it has some kind of rust on it. So yes, I like the blooms. Look at that, beautiful. No, I do not like the foliage. And ever since I've had this plant, I have never had foliage that looks nice. And that's, I don't know if I will be able to zoom in, that's one of the pests that is on this plant. And that thing goes in, look at that. Yeah. And that will go in and it's just eating away. So I I don't know. I guess I could say I would plant this plant again, but I don't think I will because it's just not worth the effort. Also with this plant, I mean, it's doing okay and I haven't been actively watering it, but these can grow up to two or more feet tall. And right now, they are not as tall as they can be. But I think if they come back next year, I'll leave it, but I'm not going to actively try and plant this plant in the garden again. I don't like it that much. I mean, I really like the flower, but it's not. There are so many other beautiful plants out there that I won't take the bother to try and have this plant in the garden actively again. For me, it's kind of difficult to pull up stuff and throw them away sometimes. So I just left these. But with the pest problem that it always has, and with the rust problem with the leaves looking, yeah, brown and not so well, it just always looks sick apart from the blooms. And so I won't bother with this plant in the garden again. Yeah. So I don't know, maybe you have better luck with this plant, and I'm sure there's something that can be done to get rid of the pest and to get rid of the sickly looking leaves, but I want a garden that is low maintenance, and I don't want to be doctoring a plant. But yeah, maybe where you are, this plant grows better or it looks more healthy. But from my experience, this is not a plant that I am going to try and have a lot in the garden or plant again. Okay, so that's it for this video. That was the hollyhock, or Alcea rosea, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.